totally changed my life. It's a framework that transformed the income and the lifestyle that I was generating. So I want to, it'll probably take about 10 or 15 minutes, but I urge you, please listen carefully to this, because if someone shared this with me at school, I would have had a totally multiplied life to what I have right now. Even though it's pretty cool. So, all right, what is this framework that I'm referring to? Well, seriously, what I want you to think about first before I talk about the framework is what most people talk about every day. And when you're around the barbie or you're having a conversation with someone, so many times people say, "Oh, I don't have enough time to do this or that." Or I don't have enough money, to get the things that I want, to live the life that I want, or travel, or send kids to school, whatever it may be. Okay, so they're really the two most common comments that I hear from people. So if you want to change that, here's the framework. You must leverage other people's time, money, and knowledge. And I'm going to give you a tool to understand this in a second. But, I didn't learn this until I discovered my first business mentor many, many, many decades ago now. His name's Mal Emery, and I still get down on my knees and bow to Mal, because you did help me so much, my friend. I know I paid off half your house for you, but that's beside the point. With that knowledge, it totally changed my world. So I'm going to speak to this. Now, I can't speak to all three. I'm going to mainly speak to time now and how it can have an impact on your future and your income. So at the moment, the average income, I just pulled this off the web this morning, the average Australian income, $67,860 per annum. I thought it was a bit higher, actually. So a lot of people, they'd like, do you want more money or you want less money? I'm going to go out on a limb and say you want more. And to my way of thinking, there's only so much money that you can spend. There's only so many cars you can drive, so many suits you can wear, watches you can put on. So I think if you're making around about 300K a year, you're having a pretty nice life, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to use that as an example here. And so if you wanted to make that 300K for yourself, and by the way, I hope you grab pen and paper, because you want to practice this exercise. So let's just say you got a 40-hour work week, okay? And you're working 48 weeks of the year. That equals 1,920 hours, okay, that you're actually working, okay? And if you want to make $300,000 a year, you need to be generating $157 per hour for those weeks that you're working. So if you're making $157 per hour, you know that you're going to reach that $300,000 goal. There's no guesswork in it. Now, for you to achieve that, though, because many people are not earning anywhere near that sort of figure, so you got to ask yourself, how can I make that $157 an hour? And the answer is, you're probably, if you're not making that money, you're in what we refer to as a jalopy. You're in a slow-moving vehicle that is not able to generate the income you desire, whether it's in your job or in your business. You want to get out of the jalopy and you want to get into a racing car. You got to look for that racing car. And yes, I'm going to tell you about a really cool racing car in a second. But here's the action plan, okay? What you want to do is think about, all right, well, I want to make that $157 an hour. I don't want to sacrifice my principles or my morals. I want to do what I love. I want to make sure that it pays well and something that I can be good at. And when you combine those in the middle here, you actually get a big win, okay? So with that in mind, let's just say that you're doing investigations now and you found a great vehicle. Then what you need to say to yourself is, okay, well, I've got this great vehicle, but how can I make the most of it? And again, here's another big mistake people make, and I know if you can admit it privately to yourself, I won't make you confess to the world that perhaps you may do things with your time that are not that productive. However, that can stop today, okay? Because the cost of you not realizing where your time is going is absolutely huge. So when you're watching TV, you're cleaning your house, you're doing your paperwork, all of these things here. I mean, yes, you got to get your house cleaned, okay? But wouldn't it be better if you're out there making $157 an hour? Wouldn't it be better each and every hour you're making the money that you pay someone else to clean? Unless you love cleaning the house, which I don't. Wouldn't it be better to pay someone $20 or $30 an hour so you still have a clean house, but you're still making your 157? Does that make sense? Obviously, when you're watching TV, you're making jack crap. You're not doing anything. It's very hazardous to your wealth watching TV. And doing your bookwork, that's not generating the income either, obviously, unless you're an accountant or something in that area there. But pushing paper and pressing buttons, okay, that doesn't generate the income that we're talking about. So you got to be mindful of where you're spending your time. And that is where this question comes in, the $1 million question. With what I'm doing, can I delegate that task to somebody else? Example was the cleaning. Well, yes, you can delegate it. Hire a cleaner, okay? So the general rule I run by is if you can delegate the work for 50% or less of your desired income, okay, you found your vehicle. See, don't you love how that green just changes in there? Oh no, it's not going to do it now. Yes, it is. So if you're going to have a look at the vehicle that can give you the ability to make the $157 an hour, whether it's a job, whether it's a business, that ticks the first box, okay? When you've ticked that first box, you're then going to say, all right, well, I've got to be careful with my time, so no matter what, I'm not doing $30 an hour work, I'm doing $157 an hour work. So you tick the next box. And then you say, okay, so what work can I delegate to someone else so that I can keep generating the desired income that I need? And again, the rough rule of thumb I use is 50% of your desired income. You want to delegate all of the less productive tasks because you got to focus on $157 an hour tasks, not $30 an hour tasks. You with me? All right. Hope you're enjoying this. This really changed my life. So start focusing on the things that will generate that higher income for you. Start developing those skills. Get out of the comfort zone that you may be in and start getting into the growth zone where the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen. I know I got these tasks to do. So, so most people, they feel comfortable in their comfort zone. They think, oh, if I don't do anything wrong, I'll still have food on the table. Yeah, but you lead a very sheltered life. And the magic really does occur when you step outside of those boundaries and try new things. So if you want a business with low risk, low capital, low time, little to no staff, and the ability to generate a high income, then perhaps you might like to do what I do. And yes, I'm a business consultant. And I've just completed a brand new webinar that you can watch on demand. I've completed it with a friend of mine, Darren Stevens. He's the guy behind Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. He really helped to build a $1 billion organization. And we're actually doing another training very soon. So if you want to learn more about what I do, and trust me, it is a racing car vehicle, then check that link out, watch the webinar, or you can even message me, just say, hey, listen, I want more information, and I'm happy to send it through to you. But let's just quickly recap again on what I was sharing, and I'm going to look you in the eye when I do this, so let me change the scene and the screen. Look, guys, I'm telling you, for 15 years, I was what they refer to as a wire jerker. Okay, I was an electrician pulling cables through frameworks, and then I got into air conditioning as well. And what I did for 15 years was what most other people do. They don't understand these principles of leverage. So today I've talked about leveraging your time, finding out where your time's being spent, not wasting it on non-productive tasks. And when you get more focused on where your time is going, that very act is going to start increasing your income immediately. Now, again, I'm doing a training. I'm teaching people how to become business consultants. I have a very high success rate with the people that I take under my wing. And if you'd like to know more, then really check this out. I do believe it is the simplest, most lucrative and personally rewarding business on the planet. Just go to streetsmartbusinessadvisors.com.au and see if it is a good fit for you or not. So that's time. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about leveraging other people's money. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.